If you guys are working a job where your mind is always going with things coming at you and you don't feel like you've got any time to be proactive and strategic, you're gonna really relate to this guest. Snehal has such a great energy because in tech, that's exactly what her job demanded of her, to react to everything coming at her. But now that she's in real estate, she can spend more time with her little kids, but she can also take time to read books and strategically be proactive with her business. So let's all take a page out of Snehal's book and find ways to be proactive in our lives as well as the success she's had with real estate investing.
So my name is Snehal. I come from a tech background. I started working as a real estate investor since March this year, March 2025. Before working as a real estate investor, I used to work with Microsoft as a technical program manager. Before Microsoft, I worked with Amazon. So me and my husband, we basically come from like the tech world. It's very recently that we started doing real estate, primarily because of life. So we have two young kids. My elder one is 3 years. My younger she is now 14 months. I left my tech job somewhere when my younger one was around 5-6 months, and she was the primary driver behind me leaving my corporate job and working full-time in real estate. So since March 2025, as part of my real estate journey, I basically am learning from Thatchwin, Stephanie Owens, shout out to Springboard to Wealth.
That's right.
They have really, really helped us navigate this new era in life. And so what we are doing is we are always looking for properties that need some love. So we are looking for off-market deals where there is some potential for us to improve the house, to improve the value of the house. And then the goal is either to keep it as a rental, or otherwise maybe flip it or wholesale it, whatever the numbers suggest. So since March, we have been looking for off-market deals, and now I have a team who is helping me find these off-market deals.
You do?
Yeah.
Who's on the team?
So these are like virtual assistants.
Yeah.
They are outside of the US.
Yes.
But yeah, they are like cold calling for me. Shout out to DealMachine. So
shout out. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so we are pulling information from DealMachine, and then my team is calling. So right now, the only marketing channel we are doing is cold calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's well, we have been fortunate. We have found like in total this year we have found about 7 deals. Out of which one we kept for ourselves as a rental. Still working on it. The plan is to repair the main house. It's a duplex in a very good neighborhood of Greater Seattle area. So we are going to keep it, and then it has a big backyard. So we are going to do another a new construction, which is again going to be a duplex. So very excited about it. But other than this deal, the other 6 deals, the numbers were not something that we wanted to keep it as a BRRRR. So we partnered with some other investors, and they worked on it as a flip, or most of them are flips. So that's what we did. But yeah, that's my business. It's been like 7-9 months that we have been doing this.
Yes.
So we have a long journey to go. We definitely want to do more deals, and it's just the beginning. We are also learning real estate because both me and my husband, we have worked in tech all our life. So more about what is construction cost, how do you repair a house, and those things are just new to us. So we are learning. Yeah.
So why did you know that deal that you mentioned wasn't going to be a good BRRRR strategy deal?
Yeah. So all the times when we are running the pro forma, what I am looking for is once we buy the house, repair the house, and then whatever our all-in cost is, then our mortgage should break even with the rental. Most of the times, the rental is just quite low compared to the mortgage, which means that we are easily a couple of thousands negative every month. So it's coming out of our pocket.
So that would suck money from your pocket.
Yes.
That's not what you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we live in Seattle, and we want our properties to be around our area, somewhere which is, we want, and also sometimes the neighborhood is not something that we want to keep our property in. So we are always looking for a neighborhood which is family friendly, kid friendly, or it's good for, it attracts people who take care of your property, right? So some of the deals also something that we didn't want to like buy and hold in those areas, so we did not keep it.
Got it. So did you end up wholesaling it or flipping it?
Yeah. So far I've wholesaled it. I haven't done a flip yet, but that's on the cards sometime in the future. Mostly because my kids were super young. They still are. So wholesaling was more convenient for me, which means that I don't have to be on the ground. More frequently, like wholesaling is more like digital, like it's always on the computer. Very little I have to go on the floor, meet somebody and those things. So it worked for me all this while. I definitely want to flip at some point. Also because from tech to real estate, like there was a lot of learning already. So just adding more on my plate was not something wise I felt at the time. To answer your question, I wholesaled the rest of them.
How did you end up finding the buyers for those wholesale deals?
So because I'm part of Springboard to Wealth.
There's a buyer network
yes.
inside the actual community.
Yeah, the community is full of investors. So I know a lot of people who are flipping or who would be interested in such deals.
Got it.
Yeah.
So do you all have like an app that you post deals on, or how did you go about marketing your property within the Springboard community?
Well, because I'm part of like Touchwin's inner circle, so I really know like face to face a lot of people. So it's more about I know people so I know their number. So once I have something, I just make a call and let them know that, hey, there is something. And all these people, it's a small group. We know each one of us. So it's more of, I know everybody's buy box kind of, who is buying what and who is looking for what. So some people are more focused on like, they want only a DADU deal. Some are more like, yeah, give me a flip in Seattle. So I just make a call to them.
What's the difference between an ADU and a DADU?
So an ADU is basically, it means attached dwelling unit. So it's attached to the main house. The DADU.
Like, does it mean it's on the same plot of land, or is it physically attached, like physically
attached to the main house?
Got it.
Versus a DADU, the walls are not attached; it's detached, and the D stands for detached. So yeah.
Got it.
That answer. Yeah.
All right, and so you know some people who want that DADU.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why they prefer it detached?
Well, yes, mostly because like if I'm thinking from an investor's perspective, which I am, I'm also looking for DADU, mostly because if at some point I need to sell my properties, a lot of people do that 1031 exchange because now they want to go like do multifamily or something bigger. So when the properties are detached, you can easily like condoize them.
Yep.
And now they each have their own parcel IDs, so you can sell each individual property like to different people.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So every property in Seattle is potentially available for an auxiliary dwelling unit, right?
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
But you just have to look for things to make sure the lot is actually big enough to support it.
Yeah.
What would be like the minimum amount of space that you're looking for?
Yeah.
When you're saying, oh yeah, this could have one of those DADUs on it.
Yeah.
How do you figure that out?
Ideally, I want the lot size to be at least 5,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be, for me, if I'm buying, and every investor has different criteria. If I'm buying, I want to have an alley access. If the property is on a corner lot, even better. Why? Because if you have an alley access, now each unit will have its own separate like entry. So the two neighbors don't have to meet each other or talk to each other. They have like their individual life. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But I will say the property that I am keeping right now, that it is 3,600 square feet. So it's smaller than my ideal buy box, but it works for us because the zoning is a medium density zoning. So it allows us to make a duplex, not ADU. A duplex is going to be, I think it's 2,800 square feet. Each unit is going to be 1,400 square feet. Usually an ADU is about 1,200 square feet. The recent law changes, which happened, I think, in July, now it allows the ADU to be more than 1,000 square feet. So things have changed, but the one that we are working on, it's quite bigger than an ADU. It's 2,400 square feet. But now the lot size is 3,600. It still allows, because the zoning allows for a larger development, primarily because the height ceiling is like higher.
Are you going to build up?
Yeah, 3 levels.
Are you going to build a totally new property? Are you going to demolish what's there right now?
No. So we are going to keep the main house that's there, but we still have good room, even though it's 3,600 square feet. We still have room to build a 2,800 square feet, which is going to be on 3 levels.
Oh, so you're going to build a duplex in addition to the property that's already there?
Yes. So we are going to have like 4 units on the lot.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so how did you figure out, so I know you have like the NR 1, 2, 3, and those are based on like how big the lots are really. Like NR 3 is 9,000 square feet lot or bigger, right? In Seattle.
Not really.
No?
Yeah, but I'm not an expert, I'm not an expert, don't quote on me, but I have seen NR3 being 5,000 square feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then what's the difference between like NR2 and NR3?
So not an expert, still learning real estate, but what I know is it's basically the 1, 2, 3 defines the density about I think the total FAR, I think the FAR for, and now I'm forgetting the full form of FAR, but basically how much you can construct on the the land.
Yep.
So for NR3, the density is higher compared to NR2.
So you'll have 3 units on this 3,600 square foot land.
Yeah.
And the reason why you could do that is because it's in that NR3 zone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. How'd you end up finding this particular deal that you're going to keep?
My team. So my team, the virtual
Your cold callers.
Cold calling, yes.
Yeah.
Cold calling through DealMachine data. Yes.
and where did you find your team, by the way?
Facebook.
Post it in a group. Say, hey, which group? Do you know?
So if you go on Facebook and search for like cold callers, and there are several groups. Some have like 50,000 members or something. So basically I go to those groups and let them know, hey, I'm hiring. Is anyone interested? And people show interest, and now we interview them, and then have like a formal agreement to work together.
Got it. And how many callers do you have so far?
So when I started, I had 1 caller. In between, I had 2 callers. Now again, I have 1 caller.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
And so did you have to train them a lot, or did they already know how to talk to people on the phone and all that?
A little bit of training, not a lot. So when I was interviewing, I was looking for people who have some experience in cold calling. And once they join, like I have my own script, which I really like. It's very simple. So
how does it go?
So it's basically the Springboard script that Springboard has shared with us. It's basically, there is a lot of NLP in the script, and it's very simple. It goes by, hey, I'm calling on behalf of this company. So are you XYZ? Do you own this property? And then they ask some questions like, oh, how long have you lived here? How did you pick this area? And so there is some kind of like a conversation. Yeah. So it's the goal is more for the person to speak more, like you more, trust you more. And then we go, they go by, okay, so let me tell you about my company. We are XYZ, we buy properties where there's some potential. If you are okay, and we buy properties off market, there is no agent commission, we work on your timeline. If that is something that interests you, can we meet? And then they set up an appointment for me. So, and from there, like that is the script. And then once the appointment is set, I go and meet the seller. I love, and the reason that I only do Greater Seattle is I get to meet the people I'm working with.
Yeah.
And it's always lovely to hear their stories. And I think like people also like working with us more because there is some kind of trust when we meet and we talk. So, yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Meeting him in person is so fun.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And you'd be a hard person to not feel trusting, right? I could just feel your energy, right? The whole time you've been talking here. So it's definitely a game changer for you to be in person. I think they'll really feel that. So that's smart.
Yeah, and I also feel like back in the days when I just started, I was trying to set the appointments myself. And for me, talking on phone without knowing the person was quite difficult. It's still, it's I was still able to manage appointments and people would let me in the door. But it's so comforting when you're in person.
Yeah.
and the conversation hits differently.
100%.
So yeah, I am not a big, and one of the reasons I never cold call myself, I just don't feel comfortable, like, I'm so scared all the time. But the moment I get to meet people, and it feels different, and
Yeah.
it's more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Most of the people that I have worked with are senior owners, and they have some story, some life story that they share with us. I always look forward to these appointments because I'm going to learn about somebody's life, and it's interesting.
It is interesting. It's so fun. I agree.
Yeah.
What motivated you guys to actually move into real estate? I mean, both being in tech, you obviously are very smart, very successful. And so what motivated you to start doing this real estate stuff?
So, very silly answer to this. When we moved to the Seattle area, we both moved because of Amazon. We both were working at Amazon at the time. I just like seeing homes. So it started with us hunting house for ourselves. So we used to go to open houses and whatnot, and we had a realtor at the time. I just love seeing homes a lot.
That is fun.
Yeah. And at the time, I used to think, oh, I want to be a realtor, because if I get to do this all the time, I would love it. But tech kept us busy. Our job was, both of us, like, extremely busy. We never had a time to, like, even think about, get out of the space of, like, what we were doing and figure out what we want to do next. It was only when my first arrived in the world and we realized, like, oh, job and a kid, now this is too demanding right now. And that was the time when I started thinking, like, do I want to do something which gives me more time and which is more fun and something like I enjoy. And I still did not pull the plug, but it was only when when I was expecting my second, and I felt, oh, I think I want to do something which is fun every day. And I joined Springboard with the intent of learning BRRRR, not with the intent of leaving tech. So I joined Springboard, and with among the investors, I'm learning, oh, people are flipping and people are buying deals off market. What is that? And Springboard just gave us the exposure I needed. And I felt, oh, wait, I can have a complete active job in this world if I wanted to. Stephanie and Thatch were so warm, so nice. And maybe because I was just hormonally everywhere in my head, I just decided I want to do this full time. And that's how it started. Real estate for me always was like the fancy homes, the nice homes, just go and see the homes. It was never about the construction, the repairs. But one thing led to other. And I'm very glad that I took the chance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's working for us. I have so much more time for my kids. And ultimately, once the house gets repaired, it's lovely. It's lovely. The experience is lovely.
The transformation from is really rewarding, I've felt, you know, for the homes that I've bought. I've got 19 rentals, but most of them have been BRRRR deals. So there's a big renovation component to that. And the transformation is always so fun. I love that so much. It's really exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, and maybe also because it's tangible, like you can touch and feel it, and it's very different. Compared to
it feels like you created that space. Yeah, it's very fun. I agree.
And I think it's a mix of science and art.
Right, picking out the right colors is going to matter in terms of who's going to be interested in renting it.
It's fun.
So what else do you do besides going on appointments then and managing construction when that's happening?
I am either talking to my team, basically managing them.
Every day? You talk to your...
No, not really.
Okay.
No. I meet with my team once a week. That's like a weekly one-on-one. But, and otherwise I'm just present if they need me. And honestly, they don't need me most of the times. Only when they were new and they have questions like, oh, where is the company website and all those stuff. So maybe the first week they need me more, but otherwise, like, we just stay in touch. So it's more about me being present and letting them know that I'm here when you need me. But otherwise, I'm going on appointments, or I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book.
What kind of books are you reading?
My favorite is Inner Excellence. Um, Otherwise, I'm listening to podcasts by Mel Robbins, or yeah, she's my favorite. Otherwise, the CEO Diary, the Diary of a CEO.
Yep,
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
yeah. Those are really nice. Yeah, or otherwise, I'm just randomly searching on YouTube for motivational podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, I've recently started listening to Alex Hormozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think when I'm not doing real estate, it's more about strengthening my mindset, improving my mindset. Because I come from a world where the mind was always so busy and we're like always doing something
Yeah.
and worked like long hours. But now real estate is more like you do one deal and it's not as time consuming. So there is like a lot of free time, and then my brain goes spiraling like, what is happening? How can I improve this, or how can I make it faster? And I don't think I can make it faster as much as I would want to. So there is more about teaching yourself how to stay relaxed and enjoy the journey and not be too impatient.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the transactions and marketing, it does take some time. I know
Yeah.
we have some people that cold call at DealMachine. We have a lot.
Yeah.
And it may take like 4 to 6 weeks
Yeah.
of calling
Yeah.
to get one deal.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that kind
Yeah.
of been your experience as well?
Kind of, yes. For me, I still am not able to come to like a summary of what the data looks like for me. There was a time like there are months when we have closed 2 deals. There are months when we have done nothing.
Right.
Yeah, so like it average out to be 1 deal a month, but it's not exactly 1 deal a month. But yeah, I think if I take the average, it takes 4 weeks for us to get one contract. There is but there are times like when we have had nothing for 2 months, and then a very great deal the 3rd month.
Right.
So yeah, and
That's how it goes. That's pretty
Yeah.
normal for sure.
Exactly. So I think I need to learn that because I've worked as a project manager at tech. So there is always some timeline. There is this work to do, and by this deadline, you get the product. So real estate is not like that. It's not like if I call X numbers, 5 weeks, 1 deal. No, there is no surety about that. So, and then I think in the beginning when I was doing that, 5 weeks, no deal, now I'm panicking. So what is happening wrong? How can I improve? And then a lot of times, yes, there are things to improve, but a lot of time it's the market. There are things that you cannot control. Also, if you try to be impatient, that reflects in your energy when you're talking to somebody.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yep.
And now, like even if you have the greatest intent to help somebody, the person would feel like
Something's off.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are the things I need to read books and just improve myself.
I know one of the biggest challenges you said was figuring out the rehab repair costs.
Yeah.
Right, of your deals. How did you figure that out and overcome that to price your deals right?
Yeah. Still learning.
Yeah, but you've been doing deals, right? So you're obviously doing it well enough.
Yeah. So so we have. I really lean into Springboard for repair cost. They have provided us like some data for every city. So I just look into the data set for Seattle, and they have some guideline like if you want to do like medium repair, cosmetic repair, high repair, full repair. So these are like the dollar per square feet that you can look into.
Yeah.
And so I just lean into that. With experience, now I have a rough idea about, okay, this house is 1,500 square feet. It just needs cosmetics. So with experience, like
So like $25 a square foot, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What we usually find in Indianapolis is like carpet and paint is like $15 a square foot.
Yeah.
If you're going to do kitchens and baths, now you're looking at $35 a square foot. If you're doing the roof, mechanicals, $55 a square foot to do all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then you can look at the square footage of the house and say, yeah, it's about a $70,000, $75,000 budget.
Yeah.
So so then you're wholesaling, right? So how do you know how much to save for your wholesale fee?
Yes, great question. So I plug in the numbers into Proforma, What I'm looking at is the flipper should be able to make at least 15%. So now I know that this is the number that I need to assign this property for. So
Well,
now
how do you know that? How do you know what that number is?
say for example, the purchase price is say 500K, making it up, and I know that now the purchase price is based on what the seller wants. Uh, so it everything comes down to like what the seller wants, and I want to be close to it. It needs to be something reasonable, not that the seller wants 800K for a property whose market value is 800K.
Right.
Yeah. So say for example, the seller wants 500K. Now that sounds reasonable for a property's after repair value could have like 850 or 900K. So what I would do is, now these are my starting numbers. If I have the after repair value, the purchase price, I'll plug it in. I have seen the house. I know what kind of repair it needs. Maybe 100K, maybe 150K. So that is also a number that I will plug into the pro forma. Now I'll try to look like what the profit percentage is going to be. The profit percentage is something that is after paying for the real estate commission, the closing cost, everything else. So I know flippers want to make at least 15% after everything is done. So if I really want to have like an easy assignment and also work with, I know my buyers are looking for 15%, nothing less. So
well, in that scenario,
yeah,
you're 650 all in, and then they're going to make 150. So now you're at 800. So if the property's really 900, then that would mean you can make 100,000 on that deal.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah, as a wholesale.
Yeah. Yes. So that's how I know what my wholesale is going to be.
Yep.
Anything remaining is my commission.
Yes, but there's, okay, but you don't have a set guideline of what you have to make, right?
No.
Or where does that come from? Just,
I think my set guideline is that it needs to be something worth my time. So, and one of the reasons that I do less deals compared to anybody else probably is because I need to, so I have said something like my wholesale fee needs to be at least 30K to be worth my time.
yes, makes sense. Yep.
So when I put everything into the pro forma, am I making 30K? Yes, then great. If it is something very slim, then I just let the deal go. Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in Seattle, with the higher property value, 30K is actually pretty attainable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a very small portion of the total value.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
it works
good.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Many of times you are able to make like more than 30K. It just comes down to like the what. And honestly, there is a possibility that we are assigning it to a buyer and they're like, maybe I estimated the repair cost was a little off, and they're like, oh no, the repair cost is 150 and you are thinking 100. So now we are 50K off. Rarely happens, but that may happen. So yeah, after talking to the buyer, and we work on our numbers again. But I think what I'm looking for is that it should be something that's worth my time.
100%.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you something in DealMachine. Since you're calling, are you calling with DealMachine, or are you exporting and using a different dialer?
Yeah, a different dialer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you export, are you doing the properties or the contact style export?
I'm doing the properties, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to suggest is, if you do the contact style, then you have the options. There's 4 checkboxes. You could do likely owner, renters, family members, or potential owners. Have you seen that?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the properties just includes all of those.
Okay.
So if you are, you might be able to be more efficient with your cold calling if you do the contact style with just the likely owners.
Okay.
Because then the calls that you're making, they're always going to be to the decision maker rather than a renter or the family member. And you're free to do either style, but I always mention that because for some reason we had the default as the properties for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it's putting all those extra numbers in the dialer that if you're doing in bulk, I mean, you may not want to be calling the renters or the family members, because they're going to be like, no, they don't even know their family member's address, right? So of course they're going to be like, no, that's not my property. So just something I wanted to share in case that's helpful. I would definitely try that, because usually it really improves the contact rate quite a bit.
Good to know. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
100%. And I will ask, is there any feedback for me that you would like to see us do better, right? To help you do what you need to do? Any improvements we can make?
Honestly, I think the thing that I fall short of is the data I have. And honestly, I don't think that's a problem. It's something that on my end I can work in. So DealMachine lets me export like 30,000 contacts. My team consumes it very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly. So I know DealMachine has the option for like if you want more data and then talk to the sales team and
There's a option to go and get 60,000 per month instead of 30, and you don't have to talk to the sales team.
Really?
Yeah. So it's for I don't know which plan you're on, but if you say that your limit is 30,000 per month, that's the middle plan.
Yeah.
And if you want to pay $279 per month, then you can get 60,000 exports per month. You don't have to talk to sales. You could just upgrade to that if as needed.
Okay.
So just to let you know on that.
Okay. I knew that there is a workaround. I never reached out.
Yes, but also, well, no, I would say that because it's by how many properties, right? So you're if you do the likely owner checkbox, it wouldn't necessarily change how many properties you're exporting. So but it should make your calling more efficient, like I said. Yeah,
okay.
Talking to more decision makers.
Yeah. And I was also wondering in terms of the filters that we have.
Yeah.
I think I've exhausted everything like pre-foreclosure, pre-probate, and everything. And I just wonder, like, I feel I have nothing to, I have no data to prove it, but I feel like I've called everyone in Seattle at this point. But so it's how do I get more data? More data in terms of like, how do I find more motivated sellers?
Yeah.
I think I've called these people several times. Is there any other niche that we can work on?
How many people live in Seattle? It's like 1 million or more, right?
Oh, easily.
So you haven't called everybody. If you're calling 30,000 a month, if you're exporting 30,000 a month, you're not calling everybody yet.
Yeah.
Have you just been doing niche lists, just like pre-foreclosure and the tax delinquents and all those?
So these are the filters that I see very easily on the app. Senior owners with a high equity.
Yes.
Pre-foreclosure, tax liens, HOA liens, probate, pre-probate.
Yeah.
Absentee owners, vacant homes.
Do you combine all those, or are those separate lists? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I mean, I filter on like everything possible there individually.
Yeah.
And then my criteria is that I want high equity, so maybe more than 50%.
Right.
Yeah. And so that is something I feel like I've called everyone.
Do you ever do owner occupied homes?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. I think most of them are owner occupied. All my deals are.
I know. Most people always focus on absentee owner, but I was going to say most of my deals have also been owner occupied.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're typically the ones that are run down. So we actually have a county building condition filter in there that you could use for rundown properties.
Yeah.
But to your point, the way that businesses scale is typically you have to go beyond the niche lists eventually.
Yeah.
Because if the pre-foreclosure list is 1,000, leads, you're not going to be able to scale your business off of just those 1,000 leads.
True.
Correct. So most people who are operating at a level, like you and beyond that I've talked to, they're actually they're calling pretty much just any absentee owner with a certain amount of equity. Because you really have to broaden the list to keep scaling.
Yeah.
How many times are you calling, like let's say you pull 30,000 leads and you're going to call those homes that month. When do you come back and recall that list? What do you guys do?
So we are working 9 to 5 and I stop when my list has been dialed for 10 or 11 times.
Okay.
Which can happen.
You call it 10 times in 1 month?
Yes.
You personally or the caller, your caller?
My callers.
Okay.
Yeah. And the moment it touches anything about 10, then we stop using that list and we come back to that list maybe in 3 months.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. And I also feel like because I've used like all these filters, so basically all this data is on my dialer right now.
Yep.
And many of these who have been dialed more than 10 times, even though I activate them after 3 months, the pickup rate is quite low. And it feels like people know us at this point.
Do you filter the DNC list or do you call them?
I do. Yeah.
You do?
We don't call DNC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it's a personal choice, but as far as the way the law is written, and the discussions I've had with my attorney and our recommendations, investors can make offers to the DNC list.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can explore.
Yeah. Well, that definitely would be an unlock.
Yeah.
For you.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you have to do your own assessment, but again, I'm not an attorney, but it's my understanding through a lot of conversations with my attorney and us providing the dialer.
Yeah.
That we have investors making calls to the DNC list as well.
Yeah.
That it's totally fine as long as you're strictly offering on their house and you're not offering a service. So if you were an agent, you couldn't do that because they offer a service.
Okay.
If you are selling water softeners, you can't do that because that's offering something for sale.
Yeah.
But if you're just Snehal and you're trying to buy a house, making an offer, that's actually the opposite of telemarketing as it's defined. So
okay.
I don't know if Springboard gives you direction on that, but
yeah,
we let our users do that and make those calls as long as they're strictly offering to make a purchase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to explore.
Something to look into. Definitely, consult with an attorney if you want to have your own relationship with an attorney and discuss that.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple blog posts I could send you to that outline the different cases with real estate investors over the last 5 years. There's about 10. And so 8 of the 10 were actually texting, not calling.
Okay.
So the texting is actually more risky because people will text their website. And then if their website has anything about, hey, we'll help you move, hey, we'll help you do this, well, now you're providing a service. So that's how texting is a slippery slope.
Okay.
So again, I'm not trying to pressure you to do that. But I'm just trying to share what would truly would truly be an unlock for you. As long as you feel comfortable approaching it that way.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm going to do that. And I'm really happy to any other tips that you may have for me, because I feel like older less distinctly with some more than 50% equity. I have also played around with the equity part, sometimes 30%. But yeah, I know back in the days when
I'll take a look at your account sometime too if you want.
Please do.
I'll take a look at what you're actually pulling with the filters and see if I can find any opportunities for you.
I love that.
What about neighboring areas? Seattle's actually a pretty small geographic area. Yeah. So do you look at Bellevue and other counties that are nearby already? You're already doing that?
Yeah. So I started doing that. I think it's been about 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, my business is 7 months. So initially I was focused on Seattle, and then I was going north up to Linwood, Bothell, but that was more cap. And then in south I was more into maybe Tacoma, that's it. And then in the last 2 months I expanded a bit, and now I'm doing Bellevue, Kirkland, some of the east area. But I also feel the moment I go into Issaquah and all those stuff, people just don't want to. And maybe because I don't know the neighborhood much, but people are more no, I have an agent, I'm not going to. And it seems like it's a demography where people are not very inclined towards an off-market sale. Or maybe it's in my head, I don't know. So maybe it's in my head, but I feel working in the Seattle area around is just, it gives me better returns compared to doing it in Bellevue.
Oh, really?
Is it in my head?
How far away is it? Oh, well, Bellevue is a lower value property, right? Lower value than Seattle proper.
Not really. It depends.
Oh.
It depends.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, because some parts of Seattle can be quite cheaper compared to Bellevue.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then why do you think that? Is it because of the drive time to take to get there? Takes more time to get over there for you, or what do you mean by
really.
better return?
I feel like people are. I think the demography is more about relatively newer houses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And also, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why it's in my head, but I feel like people in Bellevue and Kirkland are more. It's in my head that they are more inclined towards listing versus going through an off-market sale.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, the person who goes through an off-market sale is going to be somebody that I would just say there's got to be a reason, right? Yeah. They're either their house is in bad condition, which if it's a new house, true, maybe there would be less
Yeah.
But it could also be totally unrelated. Like I did a deal with the orthodontist and he bought it out of state and he was just like, man, I haven't had time to go get a new contractor. And he bought it 5 years ago and he's just making too much money at his job to worry about this out of state property. So he sold it to me. He paid his back taxes. And it was literally just because he was so busy doing other stuff that he just wanted to let it go. So I wouldn't write it off. I mean, I don't know the areas too much. So
no, what you shared makes so much sense. And I know somewhere that it's in my head. Again, mindset. When you try to block things, you become the blocker instead of the event being a blocker.
Yeah.
So I think it's more in my only Seattle. I'm comfortable with it only because probably I've done deals in the area and not here. So it's in my head, and it makes so much sense. Like sometimes off market is something that people want convenience, and it could be anybody, right? So I get it.
All right. Well, I'll take a look at your account. I'm kind of curious to see what list you're pulling, and
Please do. Thank you. I appreciate that.
As we're wrapping up, do you have a place where people could go find you? Maybe if they have a deal that they need help selling, or maybe they want to get on your buyers list. Where can they go?
So they can reach me out directly on my Instagram. My handle is @Singh_RE investing. And they can also find me on my website, which is www.BRRRRealestate.com.
How do you spell that first part?
I was going to say that because it's just AREERA realestate.com.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So Perfect. They can just call me or fill a form, or there are various ways to get in touch with me. Instagram, I'm really handy on it. So if you DM me, I'm going to reply.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, it was so nice to meet you in person.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm looking forward to spending the rest of the 2 days at the conference with you.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
You
Thank
bet.
you.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.